So hello everyone, hope you can hear me. So hello everyone, hope you can hear me. Good evening Anudipti. Hello Hassan Basha. Let us wait for some other students to join. Good evening Ritvik. So we already started getting answers from Anudipti and Hassan Basha. So let us get into this paper discussion. So hello friends, myself Monish and welcome back to paper 10 SSC CGL discussion. So coming to the first question on the screen, we have identify the word in the given sentence that is the antonym of the word frugal. So there is a word frugal and we must find the antonym, opposite word of the word frugal among the given sentence. At present, people are paying extravagant prices for houses because they have to have accommodation. So which word means opposite of the word frugal? Anudipti says extravagant. Hassan Basha also says for extravagant. So good evening Arjun Reddy. Welcome to the stream. Now, so first we must know the meaning of the word frugal. If we know the meaning of the word frugal, then we can easily identify the opposite of the word frugal. So any guesses what does the word frugal means? Any guesses? Prudent. Anudipti says prudent. Hassan Basha have no idea it seems. I want the other remaining 8 students to respond so that it will be more engaging and interesting. So okay, let us get into this answer. So what does the word generally frugal means? Frugal generally means spending money economically with care. Spending money with care is called as frugal, and the opposite of frugal is a person who is wasting money excessively is called as frugal, and Among these four options, prices, accommodation, present and extravagant, the word extravagant means spending money without knowing how much you are spending. Spending excessive money. Is called as extravagant. So option 4 is the antonym of the word frugal. Select the incorrectly spelled word. Horticulture, ignition, copulate and portion. Hope everyone would be answering it easily. Anudipti says B, ignition. Yes, Anudipti gave the correct answer as well. Lucky says 2. So as everyone is saying it right, the word ignition generally means lighting up, and it spells ignition instead of sion. Tion must be there. Then select the most appropriate option that can substitute the underlined segment in the given sentence. I will not go out if is raining. If is raining must be replaced with it rains. Lucky says it rains. Ritvik also says option 2, it rains. Ram Nikita says D. Here it is in future tense. They are asking I will not go. So you can't use a word which is in past, rain, if it is rain. So we must use option 2. I will not go out if it rains. Varsham padte nenu bayatiki ponu antam. So option 2 is the right answer. Is the class buffering or is it good? Secure connection, Anudipti. Then coming to this question, select the most appropriate option that can substitute the underlined segment in the given sentence. If there is no need, there is no need to substitute, then select no substitution. Please ask the dog to get off my couch. To get off my. Is there any suitable option that can be replaced in place of get off my? So Anudipti says option B, get OFF, off. Lucky also says option 2. Hassan Basha says option B. So generally the best phrasal verb to use is get OFF, off. Get off my. Get off means to leave the place. So please ask the dog to get off my couch. It means to leave the couch. Then the following sentences has been split into 4 segments. Identify the segment that contains a grammatical error. So I fell asleep while read the book. So these are the 4 sentences and we must find which contains the error. I fell asleep while I read the book. So Lucky and Anudipti says option B. Hassan Basha, sorry, Hassan Basha also said option B. Anudipti says was reading must be replaced. So, any other options? Any other choices you think is right? So, till now 17 students have joined and only 2 to 3 are answering. So, what happened to the rest of you? Watching doesn't make you learn English. Answering it makes you learn it. Narendra says reading. Okay, so Narendra also says option B. So Narendra gave the complete sentence. I fell asleep while I reading the book. So there must be some helping verb used with it. Rest the answer is right. Hi Narendra. Valikant said reading. Yes. So here we have I fell. I fell asleep, in the sense it comes in past tense. So I fell asleep while I was reading the book. I was reading the book. So the mistake is in option number 2. I read. Select the most appropriate antonym of the underlined word. Antonym in the sense opposite, and the sentence goes, those streets were very lonely. Opposite of the word lonely is, so Lucky says crowded, Anudipti says A. So what does the word lonely means? Lonely means single, alone, is called as lonely. Whereas coming to these options, remote in the sense located far apart, isolated means separated from the rest, empty means nothing. So opposite of the word lonely is crowded. Ritvik correctly said it. Ram Nikita said it right. Valikant said it right. Narendra also said it right. So yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. I was worried why was the screen above the class was white. So there was a change in camera setting and now it is perfectly alright. Then select the incorrectly spelled word. Conceive, detect, predict, stimulate. So which of the option do you think is right? So Narendra says conceive, Sindhuja says 4, Lucky says 1, Ritvik says 1, Hassan Basha says 1. Ram Nikita also says option 1. So yes, conceive is incorrectly spelled. Correct word is CONCEIVE, conceive. Conceive means generally giving pregnancy is called as conceiving. Select the most appropriate option that can substitute the underlined segment in the given sentence. The mob drove on the rampage. and looted several shops in the locality. So which of the following options can be most suitably replaced in the given sentence? Played on the rampage, went on the rampage, ran on the rampage, strolled on the rampage. Bhavani also answered it right, option A. Yes, Rutik also gave the correct explanation for it. Sindhuja, there is no necessary of removing an option after you are telling it wrong. Nothing happens. Every student learns from their mistakes. So even though if you answer it wrong, no problem, you can leave it alone. No need of deleting your message again. Aim for UPSC 2026 comments, ran on the rampage, which is option 3. Narendra says option 4, strolled on the rampage. Ram Nikita, Hassan Basha and Lucky says option 3, ran on the rampage. Anil Kumar says option 2, went on the rampage. Any more options? So let us come into this analysis. So drove on the rampage. There is no such phrase called as drove on the rampage. There is a phrase called phrasal verb which says went on the rampage. Went on the rampage generally means rushing in violent way, causing damage and destruction, is called as went on the rampage. So the correct option is option 2. Went on the rampage means rushing in a violent way. Rushing in violent way, causing damage and destruction is called as went on the rampage. Anil Kumar answered it right. Then select the option that can be used as a one-word substitution for the given group of words. A secret plan made to do something wrong is called as strategy, planning, conditioning or conspiracy. So Randur says conspiracy. Any more guesses? Narendra also says conspiracy. Hassan Basha, Ram Nikita says D, which is conspiracy. Aim for UPSC 2026 says strategy. Malikan says conspiracy. So generally if something is planning to do wrong, then it is called as conspiracy, whereas strategy means a planning to achieve a goal is called as a proper strategy. We generally hear someone saying make a proper strategy for your English language. So strategy means it is in positive manner, whereas the opposite one comes with conspiracy. Anudipti said it right, option D. Sentences of paragraph are given and we must arrange them in correct order. So let us read the sentences. After a few months, the two countries engaged in the Kargil war. Furthermore, a number of violent wars were fought between India and Pakistan. In February 1999, during the winter invasion, India and Pakistan signed the Lahore Declaration, which was predicated on peace. The engagements were extremely challenging for the Indian Army since they had to fight on rough, rocky terrain. So, among these four options, first let us find the introduction part or parajumble. So I request everyone to find the parajumble or the introduction part of this given paragraph. So Anudipti says C, aim for UPSC says CDBA, Randur says CABD. So first we need to know which is the parajumble or the introduction. So if we see option C, it gives us the date in February 1999. So generally those may be parajumble. So C is the parajumble of this given paragraph. Let us see the options which is having C in the first. We have C here, C here. So we can eliminate option 1 and 4. Then after C, here we have D, here we have A. So we must check which of the given sentences most suitably gives the correct one. So if we see here, they said about the Pakistan signed the Lahore Declaration, which was predicated on peace. Then coming to A, after a few months the two countries engaged in Kargil war. Okay. Then we have D here. So A was matched, and let us see if D also matches. They have given the sign of Lahore Declaration, which was predicated on peace. The engagements were extremely challenging for Indian Army since they had to fight on rough rocky terrain. Here we have that extremely challenging for fight, but in the previous sentence there is nothing related to fight. So the A must be next after C. So CABD, option 2 is the right answer. So those who have answered option 2 got it right. Select the most appropriate meaning of the given idiom. By the skin of your teeth. What does the idiom by the skin of your teeth mean? So I am giving you a hint. Does the teeth have any skin except gums? So confident of victory, kind towards the weak, determined to strike, just barely. So Anudipti got it right, option D. So by the skin of your teeth means just barely. So what happens for our teeth? We have gums which is barely connected to the teeth. So just barely. By the skin of your teeth means just barely. The following sentences have been divided into parts. One of them may contain an error. Select the part that contains the error, and if you don't find any error, mark no error. So let us divide the parts. I can't talk right now. I am being really busy. I'll call you later. So which contains an error? I can't talk right now. I am being really busy. I will call you later. So aim for UPSC says I am being really busy contains an error. Anudipti also says B. Valikant, Lucky, Randur, Hassan Basha says option B. So as you are saying it right, I am being really busy. Here being is unnecessarily used. I am really busy is correct. So option 2 contains an error. Yes, continuous tense. Then select the option that can be used as a one-word substitution for the given group of words. The words are: to put off doing something, especially out of habitual carelessness or laziness, is called as accelerate, lacerate, procrastinate, recuperate. So easy one. Hope everyone would be answering it right. 3. Yes, procrastinate. Aim for UPSC says recuperate. Valikant procrastinate. Anudipti says procrastinate. Yes. Doing something, put off doing something due to laziness is called as procrastination. Coming to the word acceleration. Acceleration means boosting up the speed is called as acceleration. Then we have lacerate. Lacerate means wounded deeply is called as lacerate. Recuperate means recover something is called as recuperate. So the correct one is procrastinate. Hope everyone got the idea. Yes, Narendra, I did covered. Then select the most appropriate antonym of the underlined word. Antonym in the sense opposite, and here we have seldom. Seldom had he been so joyous in others' happiness. So what is the opposite of the word seldom? Hardly. Anudipti says hardly. Narendra says frequently. Anudipti changed it to frequently. Valikant says frequently. Ramnikita says frequently. Yes, Anudipti, synonym. Okay, you thought of synonym. So, what does seldom means? Seldom means very rare. Is called as seldom. And the opposite of very rare is frequently. So, option 3 is right. Hardly means in most of the cases no. That choice is called as hardly. Rarely it will become synonym, and occasionally will also become a close synonym of seldom. Describe how you will tell your friends that Rohit helps Regu in passive voice. So Rohit helps Regu. You must convert it in passive voice. Regu will been helped by Rohit. Raghu is helped by Rohit. Rohit help Raghu. Raghu is being helped by Rohit. So which of the option do you think is right? Anudipti says B. Anil Kumar says C. So they are asking in passive voice. So make sure it contains by. 3 can easily be eliminated. Raghu is helped by Rohit. Anudipti gave it. Valikant says option 2. Randur Lucky says option 2. Narendra, Raghu is helped by Rohit. So yes. As everyone is saying it right, option 2 is right answer. Here will has been used, which is incorrect tense. Here 3, no word by. Then in option 4, being is used. Being is only used for continuous. So eliminate fourth option can also get eliminated. Select the most appropriate option to fill in the blank. They are playing songs so dash that the entire neighborhood is disturbed. So loud, so loud, so loud, so loud. Yes, easily you can answer this. Loud, so loud. Then set the option that expresses the given sentence in active voice. The cards were being distributed by her to her friends. The cards were being distributed by her to her friends in active voice is called as. Anudipti says A. Narendra Lucky says A. Rutvik says option 2. Hassan Basha says A. Ram Nikita says A. Randur says 1. She was distributing the cards to her friends. So yes, so we must understand the sentence correctly. The cards were being distributed by her to her friends. It means that the girl is distributing the cards to her friends. So the giver of the cards is her, not her friends. Here in option 2, her friends were distributing the cards for her is wrong. The cards were being distributed to her. Here incorrect usage of been. Her cards were distributed by her friends. His structure is itself wrong. So option 1 is the right answer. She was distributing the cards to her friends. Valikant says it right. Option 1. Select the most appropriate antonym of the given word. Antonym in the sense opposite. And the sentence is, he brought disgrace to his family by being involved in illegal activities. So here what is the antonym of the word disgrace? Anudipti says honor, Narendra says honor, Lucky says honor, Valikant says honor. Randur says honor. Hassan Basha also says honor. So what does the word disgrace generally mean? Disgrace means shamed. Shame. Then here suspicion. Suspicion means anumanam. So there is no connection between shame and suspicion. Shame is a synonym of it. So eliminated. Then discord. Discord means disagreement is called as discord. Whereas honor means getting achieved something is called as honor. It was a great honor. So opposite of the shame is honor. Then we have select the most appropriate antonym of the given word. Opposite word of the given word. And the word is divergence. In physics, you must have been knowing divergence and convergence. Divergence and convergence. So opposite of the word divergence is convergence. Shanti Swami said answer 1. Anudipti A. Valikant A. Hassan Basha A. Randur A. Ram Nikita, Sindhuja, Lakshmaya. Says it right. Divergence opposite is convergence. Select the option that can be used as a one-word substitution. A person who gives help and sympathy to people who need it is called as preacher, moralist, Samaritan, pardoner. Narendra says Samaritan, Anudipti says Samaritan. Rest students must also respond. Hassan Basha, Ram Nikita says Samaritan. So a person who is ready to help every time is called as Samaritan. And preacher. Preacher is a person who generally gives religious talks is called as a preacher. Moralist is the person who gives moral values. Pardoner is the person who forgives is called as a pardoner. Then we are at the last part, Cloze test. Let us read this. The Maasais live in dash beautiful part of Africa. They live on the wide plains and southern and northern Kenya and northern Tanzania. The area dash of miles of rolling grassland which you can find thorny bushes and rocky hills. The people move from one place to another according to the seasons, looking for grasses and other plants dash which their cattle can graze. They have no permanent home. When they want to settle in a place for some time, they build a kind of camp which is called as Manietta, where a few families live for a dash weeks or months. Then they move on again, taking their few with them and burning the old Maniettas to the ground. So now I want everyone to answer options like 96 1, 96 2, 96 3, 96 4, so that it won't be confusing. So as everyone is answering option A, 96, the Maasais live in dash beautiful part of Africa. In a beautiful, in that beautiful, in there beautiful, in some beautiful. So correct article is A. They live on the wide plains in southern and northern part Kenya and northern Tanzania. The area 97 of which of rolling grasslands surrounds, the area surrounds of miles, the area measures of miles, considers of miles, consists of miles. So which of the option is right? 97, Anudipti says consist. Randur says 4, consists. Narendra says 97 1, surrounds. Valikan says consists. Ram Nikita says A, surrounds. Hassan Basha says consists. So the area consists of miles of rolling grassland on which you can find thorny bushes and rocky hills. Then looking for grasses and other plants dash which their cattle can graze. On which their cattle can graze, by which, with which, at which. So 98th 1, on which, here A consists, and on which their cattle can graze. Then they build a kind of camp called as Manietta, where a few families live for a dash week, for a little week, significant week, least week, few week. So Anudipti says few, Randur says few, Hassan Basha says few, Narendra says few. So yeah, where they live for a few weeks or months, then they move on again, taking their few dash with them, taking their few inhibitions, experiences, antics, belongings. Anudipti says belongings, Lucky says belongings, Hassan Basha says belongings. So yes, that's it for today's class. Hope you enjoyed the session like as usual, and we are on a streak 5 of daily SSC CGL paper analysis. Until now we have completed successfully 10 tests, and if you have any queries, please put it in the chat box. Welcome Randur. Sindhuja answered right, belongings. Welcome Narendra. Yes, it was pretty easy compared to the previous papers. Lucky. Welcome Anudipti. If you have any queries, put them in the chat box so that I'll help you with solving your queries. You are welcome, Lucky. Jai Hind. You are welcome, Naveen. Welcome, Valikant. Okay, Narendra, don't worry. In every paper, we will be having the 96 to 100th question as the close test. So, daily if you solve this, you will be easily able to get more practice on the close test and you will be able to answer them more precisely. Suddenly, we got patriotism in the chat. Lucky, you deleted a message. Could you re-come again? So if you don't have any queries, you can leave the live. Those who are having queries or wants their doubts to be clarified, they can put it in the chat box. Thank you, Narendra. Sure, Naveen, we will cover synonyms and antonyms as well. Bye, Anudipti. Next, the class is followed by SSC GK class by Reshma ma'am. Hope you will be ready for joining the class by 8 p.m. So, in this case, let us end this live test.